Today is November 24th, 2023. These days, I'm focusing on fine-tuning my verification of a particular entry. Now, when I enter into the trade, then I should know to a certain degree. But as time flows and the candles are painted, it provides a conclusion to the trade that I made. Okay. So what I'm attempting to do these days is to minimize the losses and increase the gains. Minimizing my losses is a discipline in itself. And increasing my gains is also a discipline in itself. And it is slowly becoming more and more apparent the complexity in describing something. It's like describing a chair. It's a chair, okay? But as I finally detail so in reality, what happens is that if I make things big, if I look bigger and bigger and bigger, it's an infinite path to making things bigger and bigger and bigger. The other part is if I make something small, it's also an infinite thing to do. So a chair is a chair because it looks like a chair. And chair is not a chair when the backside is not there and is round and it has four legs and it becomes a stool. Okay? And so the complexity of describing what it is becomes more and more apparent. And as the variants of the chairs become such as a rocking chair has the ability to rock, and the other is it could be a foldable chair, it could be a wooden chair, it could be a metal chair. And now if I were to look into the type of chair that I have, the type of chair could be something like essentially a pine chair or a maple chair or maybe oak chair. So and then if I look at it from a microscopic perspective, it has grain patterns that forms this way and this way. And so what I've learned about these two disciplines of centered around the entry and exit, essentially the focal point of day trading is essentially the entry point and the exit point. That's it. So becoming a master, a grand master of entry and exit point is the key to day trading well. And what I've noticed about day trading.
Wait.
What I've noticed about day trading is, so now how do I associate when I enter, I'm entering based on a specific recognition of a setup that provides a possible trend that will occur. Okay, that's what's going to happen when the trend is established based on a particular setup. Okay, so now when I enter, then I have to say there's a statistical probability that my assumption is incorrect. When my assumption is incorrect, that means it's going to have a certain movement around the entry point that I made based on the assumption that I have, based on the confluences and things like that. And so I have to ask myself at what point. So there is a certain probability of entry, the stop loss, and exit point. Those three areas have a certain statistical probability Okay, those three areas. So the entry point is based on the setup. And a very low quality trade would state that it has a 50-50 probability of moving up or down based on what I'm seeing. Or it could be completely contrary to my thesis and it'll be 100% incorrect. Okay? So that means so now what I'm focusing on is there's three areas that I need to focus on. Entry, okay, stop loss, and the exit. And they, by itself, have a tremendous impact on the overall results of my trade. So that is something that I need to keep studying and discovering.